We were locked out.
Waiting for the.
All right, welcome to the Greenfield Human Rights Commission meeting. Today is August 11th, 2025, and we are meeting at the Greenfield City Hall in hybrid. This meeting is being recorded by Greenfield Human Rights Commission in the city of Greenfield. If anybody is present and is doing the same, please notify the chairperson at this time.
I don't think I saw Aaron.
She was gonna Zoom.
I'm not seeing none, so we are going to do a call to order. So I call the meeting to order at 6:01 PM. And we're gonna do a roll call of members by our co-chair.
Good. Linda,
Here,
Aki,
Here,
Nate,
here.
Kathleen,
Here.
all is here.
All right, we have a quorum. Perfect. And we're gonna do a approval meeting, our approval or minute meetings from July 14th, 2025. Has everybody been able to review the minute meetings? Does anybody need it to be changed? Anything? Yes, Paul.
I have suggestions for changes. So if it's okay with people, I'd like to have this as a discussion, one of the continuing discussions that we've been having about procedures. And so I saw virtually no inaccuracies in them. I thought they were accurate, with the exception of someone's title or something like that. But I think the issue here is with procedures, and that Kathleen, as she has said openly 15 times, I've never done this before, and I will do the best job possible. And the way that I've seen in other committees, both in town and everywhere else in the world, is that the secretary will take minutes, and by the end of the first week, send them to the chair.
Oh.
And for two reasons. One is the chair should send them out at the beginning of the next week, because one of the things that's in the minutes is things that people have agreed to do. So when you get the minutes, it's a reminder. Oh, yeah, I said that in the case of Nate and I, it would have said, which you did, we're going to go see this new person, Jonathan, who we have never met. And we did that. But if we hadn't thought about it, then that would have worked as a way to remind us. The second thing is we've been talking about the Human Rights Commission as people not knowing about it and not knowing what it does and so the minutes should reflect that we reflect. That it just shouldn't, if there was discussion about a particular motion that somebody put forward, it should have a little bit about there was this point of view and there was this point of view, so that they don't see it's just a rubber stamp on everything that comes by. And that way they can learn more about what we're doing. And so all I'm going to suggest is, I sent it to you today because I was way too late. But I have some suggestions. And what I'm going to suggest for this is there are, I don't know if you had a chance to read it, but it really didn't change the issues that were put forth by Kathleen. Some of them were just grammatical things. Some of them were just expanding it.
Right. And not to interject, but I'm like talk a lot, as we all know, right? So I'm like, oh, I don't know if I should say all this. So the other side of the coin is like, I abbreviate because I'm like, oh, I'm not so sure how far, how much I'm gonna, write. So that, and again, I think Nate can speak to in the past, we barely had a one-page minute story. We didn't have a secretary. We didn't have any rules.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, this is what happened. Everyone accepted. It was just like, we just didn't have any of it. So
Right.
this is all
And so
doing great.
in no way, as I said to
No,
Kathleen
and
when
I-
I sent them, I'm thankful, incredibly thankful she's doing this.
Yeah.
That all this will be is just as we're talking about changing other processes, would change this as well. So I'm suggesting we do a conditional, and you're allowed to do this, vote on the minutes with changes that we will then vote on at the next meeting.
Great.
So it's not a full vote. We've accepted these minutes. It's a conditional vote based on some changes. Everybody will get those changes, and then we can do a full vote at the next meeting. I'm on about 3 committees around town. That happens pretty regularly.
And my concern was, having been away, I just called Paul. Is there something I haven't seen the minutes?
Right.
A couple weeks after the meeting. I'm back from where I had gone. Am I supposed to do something for the next meeting? And that was my concern. And he just said, well, you're good. But I
Right.
mean, I would have had no way of knowing if I have minutes and it says, oh, Linda has
Right.
agreed to do whatever. Or we told, she may not have been here, but we told her.
We
she was
told her,
there.
That happened.
Then I would have been.
We all know that happened to me.
Right.
And of course, again, not whatever, in the past, we would get the minutes like a day before the meeting. So I, of course, thought that was the protocol. What do I, you know what I mean? And we did ask for a description of the secretary. I'm not negating anybody, anything, didn't get one. So I just did it when. was the
Well,
best
and
thing
again,
to
just
do.
like we did the procedure with the award,
Right,
so that it was clear when and what, so it wasn't a last minute thing. It wasn't thrown together. Everybody agrees on everything.
right,
It's going to be the same. We'll do a
right,
3-line, 4-line description of the secretary, including, we'll take minutes a week later.
sent to
We'll
chair.
send to
right.
chair will distribute,
Review,
you know,
right.
et cetera, et
Sounds
cetera.
good.
It's easy. We're not trying to make things complicated. We're just trying to make them work.
Right, because we just didn't really have that
So-
parameters around anything, which
Right.
really kind of left it like the Wild West.
All right. So any other discussions about the meeting minutes? Yes.
Stop raising my hand, still not a member. We do have the recordings from the meeting, so those are available for reference, both for you as a secretary to go back and
Great,
look at.
yeah.
They're generally posted on GCTV by the end of the week that the meeting happened, or that's when I send them to them. But if you need a recording earlier than that, feel free to reach out and I can get it to you very easily.
And
Thank you.
if I could follow up on that right away, I would put that on the bottom of the minutes as well,
Okay,
that a recording of the meeting is available at GCTV, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to
like
have
a
the URL.
CC thing kind of
Yeah.
thing.
yeah, and
Back in
also,
the day when I was in, school, we used to do things like that.
I think just worth remembering that members of the public can also access those
Right.
recordings, so
Absolutely.
you don't have to catch all the detail of everything that was discussed.
No,
In the
right.
written minutes necessarily. People can go to that for more.
Right. It's not all the details,
Yeah.
but it should show the process,
Yes.
is
Yep.
what I'm saying.
The other side was, and we talked a while after, realized we didn't have a quorum, so we made the decision to say we cannot have this as part of the meeting because we didn't have a quorum, remember? So that's why the later, which I do have notes on, part of the meeting was not in the minutes because that wouldn't have been right, because we should have adjourned when you guys left. We did keep talking, but we didn't have a quorum, so no minutes on that part of the meeting.
But and we can talk because we weren't decision making.
Yeah, but I didn't put it
All
in.
we were doing was proceduring when things were gonna happen.
Eating some
That's all.
dessert. We had-
All right. So we do have a long,
Can,
yes.
could I ask him what we were talking about
Yes.
before?
Yeah.
I noticed that when I look at the committees of the city council, they have their minutes posted on their website. Do you do that?
Really a question for Erin. She's the staff person for the committee. I'm really here tonight. Let's make sure you got set up on Zoom and for the press release, the award stuff.
Right.
So I'd really talk with Erin about how she's able to handle that or not, because that's really.
And she's in the meeting right now, yes.
Right.
She is
I
not.
believe,
No, she's not.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so we'll follow up with you.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So any other discussion? All right, can I get a motion to approve the meeting minutes from July 14th, 2025?
I make that motion.
Conditional.
Conditional vote.
Thank you.
Who's gonna motion?
Yes.
Kathleen,
Second.
second. And we're gonna do just a roll call vote. You don't-
Nobody's on.
Okay, so all in favor?
Zoom.
Aye, all right. That's great. So,
Excuse me, I'm just gonna give these out.
Yeah.
To people who didn't get them. If you have things to add, please do that.
I got it.
And these are just yeah, I'll give it to you. And when you send them, even though I told you to send them out to everybody in PDF, because everybody can read them then.
Right.
When you send them to us, send them in something we can type into. So
What would that be?
Well,
I don't have a.
She
Word
doesn't have
document.
Word.
I only work on my phone. I mean, I do have a MacBook at home. It's my grandchild's. I just honestly,
I use, just use Google Doc.
yeah, I don't
You
like
can-
that.
Okay,
I used Pages.
can you read Pages?
I can,
If
do you
you
have an
said-
iPhone?
No, if you send it to me,
we've,
if you send it to me, I'll
You
get
should
it
have said
into,
it.
I'll get it into
right.
either a Google Doc or
Do you
I'll
have an
get it in.
iPhone?
Yes, I do. That's
So
what I'm
if
saying.
I
I can read
share it with
Pages.
you, you can,
Yes,
edit it.
I can
Yeah.
do, yeah, but both of us should see it.
yeah, no, I agree. I'm just
Okay.
saying. Okay,
So, all
and I
right,
could try and figure out something else.
all right, so do we have any updates from the mayor's office? It seems like our mayor office person is not here for today's meeting. No?
Still no Aaron. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have an update for you.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Public comment. Anybody here for public comment? Seeing none, so we don't have any public comment today. Our new business, item one, Packy will report from the unhoused committee. Packy will also talk about proposals to other HRCs around the Commonwealth of Massachusetts to push for single payer healthcare. So Packy, floor is yours.
I have an update. My daughter teaches in Hadley. And the first time I heard about the 20% increase that was there, and then I came to our city hall and found out that people here, the employees of Greenfield are also going to have a 20% increase in their healthcare. And I heard today that Hadley is doing an additional 18%. And I think it's, and as was explained to me or hypothesized to me, is that these insurance companies are going broke. Because we're aging, the population is aging. And so this might be a perfect time for them to let go and let it become a single payer. But so that's just a little introduction. What I'd love to do is for us to share with other human rights commissions around the Commonwealth that have taken on the single payer issue. And that I think, there are lots of different groups in towns and all over the Commonwealth who want single payer, but I don't think it's gone to human rights commissions. And I think that's a whole new entity that we might invite to join us in appealing to the legislators in Massachusetts to promote single payer. That's the single payer.
It's actually part of the resolution that we sent to the that we sent to the city council and to the mayor.
Yeah.
It says at the end that if it's passed, you would then assign us, the Human Rights Commission, to contact other cities and
commissions,
towns,
yeah.
human rights commissions,
Yeah.
with using this as an example.
And I was talking with Paul the other day about forming a human rights summit. So that summit would be with our state legislators and other human rights commission members from across the Commonwealth, including and we kind of want it kind of Western Mass area because it's kind of near us. And that's for us, like us as elected officials, to talk to our state legislators and be like, hey, we passed this. Now and it's telling other commissions, hey, we passed this. Let's try to get you guys on board. Let's try to work together. And then it's also a great time to have bonding with them so that we can be communicated with them and really do other work with them. Hey, in a year, if we want to do like say we want to pass another legislating, we have endorsements and we have people in mind commissions in mind that we can work around to pass those things. So that's just something to think about, for everybody to think about.
Right, and collaboration is always a great thing.
And we can learn from them.
Yeah,
Yes,
Right,
They're-
that's-
ideas.
They're
Good
doing
ideas.
stuff we're not, I'm sure.
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
We can learn from them.
I almost feel like a friend of mine today asked me what we do here.
and we're gonna get into that later.
I know, and I was like, well, like, I felt like, well, not to, like, what have we actually accomplished? And I feel like we're like a little island in town that's kind of just there. And again, that's just my feeling. I feel like.
Well, you've been here the longest, so that's the most appropriate feeling.
I do feel like we're just an island, like a remote island in Maine.
Do you have Packy, do you have any updates from the unhoused committee?
Yes.
Yep.
I have both an update and an invitation to any of you who are free on Thursday, the 21st of August at 10 a.m. That's when they meet right in this room. And since
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
I have the baby. I don't know if it's an appropriate meeting for a baby.
It is.
Okay.
Every meeting is an.
But, some
meeting for a
people
baby.
are
Too bad.
annoyed. So
Too
I'm just
Bad.
said it was whatever.
Too
He's very cute.
bad.
Okay.
So maybe we'll pass them around.
Too bad. We
Oh,
talk
he'll-
about
he'll-
Human Rights
Yeah,
Commission,
he's adorable.
not able to have,
No, so,
Jesus.
okay.
So
I'll
Can't come to the meeting because I have a
Well,
child.
and my thing, for me, I have other volunteer commitments,
Hmm.
so I can't, yeah.
I'll be out of town.
I can hope, I can't promise. It's the end of camp life for my 9 grandchildren, so I'm on full speed ahead. Like today I had 3 of them, you never know. So depending on the amount of children and how old they are, but I will try.
life happens, but
After that, I should be fine. I'll just have the baby, when school starts. Those last 2 weeks of August are non-camp weeks.
Any other updates? Is that,
So, what I've been really impressed with is the involvement with the police and with the sheriff's office. They were here last month. And the commitment to people was very impressive. That, that these are the folks who make sure when there's flooding, that there's clothing brought to them, that.
Tents, right.
Yeah. I think, I think it's a good collaboration of both citizens and the law enforcement and the city. And I think it's good that, they've now got a little place downtown, the city police, and they walk around and they know the names of all the unhomed people.
They take them out to breakfast, Zoe, the community police officer, takes Patrick, I buy him a salmon. He loves the salmon croissant, if anyone.
So-
Takes him out to breakfast and takes different people, and I think it's great, and that's what makes people come forward and feel safer and feel like they can tell their story and all those things. They had a barbecue the other day.
The other thing is, there is going to be a river cleanup.
yeah, in September?
And they would like us, of course, to be a part of
Right,
it.
do you know the date?
I think it's the 23rd, but
I can look it up.
if the 23rd is a Saturday. It is.
It is always on a Saturday.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
always
no,
on
but it's the 23rd of Saturday.
of September,
Yeah,
September,
September.
because that's Saturday, August 23rd is the harvest dinner. Which I go
Not
to.
the 23rd.
Okay, so,
But I'll get that.
okay, perfect. So, sorry, I'm eating, but.
Now, if I could just add one thing to it. They are ongoing, trying to interview a lot of various homeless populations in different places. And trying to connect personally with them, but also trying to find out, so what are the biggest issues?
Hmm.
And communicate them to various things in the city about that. And they've been doing that. What is it now, August? They've been doing that since May. So I don't know
Yeah,
of any particular findings, but I know people who were there.
yeah, there is a survey
You know,
going around.
Yeah.
And they are doing that. And when it's a survey, it's not like, oh, here, write this out. It's they're really going out and
Yeah.
and trying to do that. Sarah Brown and other people.
Right. I've talked to a couple of people.
So,
When
alright.
travels.
any other discussion about item 1? No, we're gonna go on to item 2. We're gonna review the HRC awards. Press release from that, but I also want everybody to welcome Jonathan Weber. He's our new communications director here for the mayor's office. Thank you so much for being here today and helping us out with this process. You got the floor.
Okay, thanks. Have you folks already looked at the press release at all?
Mine?
Only the three of us, I
Yeah,
think, got
mine
it.
didn't come through. I didn't see,
Okay.
like, it wasn't in the attachment,
Okay, so
right, packing.
Because it wasn't official.
It wasn't,
Oh,
We didn't
okay.
say
it wasn't
that.
an official.
Well, it said, here's the, I'm just saying it, to say, oh, here's the press release.
so here it is.
Yeah, you've seen
So,
it.
and understand that the mayor would have final review of this before it goes out on behalf of her
Okay.
office. But this is what I've drafted up here. So give folks a couple minutes to read through.
I thought we added a sentence to that first paragraph. I sent that to you right after you sent this to me. We got together and the sentence about the reason for this is to encourage, remember, you changed the wording. You changed the
changed
wording.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Also. Do you have that?
Bring my,
Let me go look then.
I'm not gonna have it on it. Because it's different.
Comcast.
I'm not gonna have it.
Isn't the lemon blueberry loaf delicious?
And when I say, didn't you get it, that could be on me, that I didn't get it to you.
Also possible that I missed it.
We did it.
Oh, I see. Okay. I think you created a new version of the press release, maybe that I was not the one that I was looking at. So let me close this one
I'm sorry. Added.
and I'll open this one.
And the only difference was two things. One was I put the email address in, and the other was an additional sentence
Oh, yes,
that.
I saw that. I did see that. You did email me that.
on the
Yes.
first.
I did see that. Yes, I did see that.
And-
Right, you,
There it is.
that's it.
Okay. So here.
Oh, I love that. This new sentence. Can I talk off the record or? is that
Everybody
not-
can,
Oh,
We're on the record.
And there's this little bit at the bottom.
it's being recorded.
Right, that's right. I'll talk after. It's nothing bad.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
Yeah, I really do like it. It's wonderful.
And you, just a quick question. You talked about a Google form.
Mhm.
So, this is, the Google form link is not gonna go on to this, or,
It will.
It will.
It's gonna go
okay,
here.
perfect. Just didn't know.
Yes.
Oh, the
Okay,
link
yes,
is right
where it
there.
says link.
Okay.
Yes.
And then we did talk about having a printed form at a place, because there are some people, especially
Mhm.
senior citizens and even people a little below a senior citizen rating, that just aren't going to be able to do,
Mhm.
don't want to engage for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So we talked about having a hard form Patty's, wherever you see appropriate for people to pick up, so.
And to drop off the nomination.
Right, any of it,
Yeah.
yeah, all of
Yep, we
it.
will, right now, we've got that in this
Okay.
paragraph here, saying that. the
Oh, yeah,
clerk
don't
process
mind me, yes,
that,
you're
And
right.
thank you for adding.
Thank
it.
you,
Adjust that.
perfect, yeah,
Yep.
so nice.
You were around.
And one of the issues is the Google form.
Oh, yeah, we talked about
We need access to it,
Mhm.
even though it's your form.
Yep.
So can you work that out?
On it. I think you both have edit ability
that.
on
I
it.
think we do. I just want, when the copies come in, do they go to you or they come to both of us since we have edit access?
They'll go to the form, and then whoever's
We'll-
logged into the form will be able to.
We can look
do-
over
three
it.
of us.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
That's
And then
all we're
you'll
finding
give
out.
us the finals,
Yeah,
Oh, as soon as we get them.
Yeah.
we're sending them out, yeah.
okay,
And we don't have a deadline date.
yeah, right.
We will have a deadline
We actually were talking,
there's no deadline on
There
that?
is not, that was one of the questions.
We did have-
Oh, there is a
We do have
deadline.
one.
Because
There always
our,
was.
the
Oh,
ceremony,
absolutely.
the
yes,
ceremony
and
would
there
be
was
in
and there was a
December.
deadline
There always has been.
for nominations to be submitted, I believe, by the end of September.
But that's the one that needs to
And
be on
then
this
one
one.
Yes.
before.
And then our, we were going to make sure that we had read them all by the October meeting so that we could make a
Yes,
decision.
that is correct. And I'm looking,
Yes, I'm looking at the,
here it is. Oh, no, we only had the open nominations. They'll open August 12th,
And we may have just
which is
said,
the day after today.
Oh,
So you really need to have
So this
the
is,
mayor okay it.
it will not go out tomorrow. I can
Right,
almost guarantee
because the mayor will not see it.
But
Oh, yeah.
I can make the form active. And we can get it out hopefully later this week or early next
The-
week.
the
Eric's
exact-
on vacation right now, so things are.
right, and maybe we could make the deadline 30 days from when it goes out. Because
Hang
let's
on,
just say
no, hang on.
hypothetically, it
Hang
doesn't go
on,
out till
ask the mayors of
August
Okay.
25th, you're not gonna make the date September 12th.
created due date. The second week of
I
September,
don't want it to be.
it has to be by the second week of September, so we can pick a date in the first week.
Well, that's not gonna give a lot of time though.
So what's, oh,
hold a second. Second week of September, that's when they have to put their nomination forms in?
Yes, by the second week of September.
Okay, but the issue is if the mayor is not here this week,
Okay.
right? The mayor's not here this week, so if she approves it next week,
August,
that only
right.
gives them 2 weeks.
No,
to them.
that's not okay.
So the
That's
mayor-
not enough
the
time.
mayor can still probably approve it
I
this
can,
week.
excuse me, we can approve it, and I apologize for, I had this in my clock at 6:30, my alarm was all set, ready to go, I apologize, we can still
No
approve it,
worries.
it's fine, don't worry about it.
can we,
Okay,
if I'm,
so,
as looking at a calendar, if we have a nomination deadline of everything getting in by the 19th,
Of September.
by the 19th of September, it gives us sufficient time.
3 weeks.
It gives us sufficient time, each of us.
Yeah.
We may have 2 nominations, we may have 20, who knows?
And we
But it
meet
gives us
before
some-
then.
it gives us enough
that's
time
fine.
to review them, make our own individual list,
Mhm.
and bring that to the meeting in October, which is and I also had a question around that because the 13th of October happens to be,
And it won't happen on that day, the meeting, because the town is
it's
closed.
to have it closed. So
That's happened before.
What's October 13th is a holiday.
it's Columbus Day.
Oh, that's right.
Indigenous
Or
Peoples'
Indigenous
Day.
Peoples' Day.
Pick a, yes, I have, or Canadian Thanksgiving.
Right,
So-
or nothing, as my grandchildren
Um,
say, no, nothing.
So we are
We'll
going to
worry
need to
about
come up with an alternative date.
And we meet the week before that on the 8th. So it gives us time to really talk about. the
What is our
future.
meeting on the 8th?
September 8th is our.
Or the second Monday.
Yes,
The
right,
second.
right. No, no, I mean,
October
I'm
1st
talking
happens to
October.
be.
Yes, it is the 8th.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
um,
in September.
September
Yeah.
8th, so, yeah, so
It gives.
glad
us
we
sufficient
sorted
time.
that out now, before we didn't do anything.
Right, I think that's great.
Um,
September 19th, but I
Okay,
think,
so hang on. I just want to be clear on this. So we're expecting applications to be in by,
September 19th, that's a Friday.
okay?
Closing placement.
Yeah, perfect. So my other question, I guess, is, aside from putting out the press release to all the places, how are we gonna get the word out? Are we gonna go on, will it be a social media post? Will it be an Instagram post? Will,
This was the second piece,
okay.
Well, let
right?
Jonathan speak. to
Oh, okay, you're
some of
on that, okay.
He is in
Yeah,
charge.
so we have a full press list that
Mhm.
the press release will go out to. We will also put up social media posts. And I can share them, kind of throughout the nomination period.
So I had done a press release that was focused to Facebook, which you have, that required whatever links in there. And the same for LinkedIn. Those are the only two that.
LinkedIn or Instagram?
LinkedIn,
So,
because it's a professional, it's because it's a professional networking
Yeah,
site.
I mean, I look at LinkedIn, but not often. But can you, if you do
Those were just the two.
Instagram and Facebook, can you tag the commissioners? Is that an appropriate thing to do? Because then it opens up a lot more people.
I don't think,
what I would do is probably just send the link to Paul and Nate, and they could
Okay.
send the link of the post.
Okay.
I don't think it'll be appropriate for us to be tagged on it. I don't want people knowing my personal.
Oh, well, I guess that's a personal choice. Like, I don't mean to say I don't care, but whatever. Right.
I would say the same with respect to LinkedIn. We don't have a city LinkedIn account as
Right.
far as I know. But, the press release will certainly be shared with you all, so you could post on your personal LinkedIn.
Or personal Facebook pages or whatever.
Yeah,
And you'll do the radio?
they're on our press list. Yeah.
Right, because I was gonna see too, we talked about seeing if we could get on the radio. Call.
Yeah, and I'll also say, all of you have a lot of local contacts, and people are
Right.
also often interested to hear from individual residents, not just the government. Hear
Right,
from us a lot. So, you all doing that outreach and sort of using your social networks, I think is a really powerful tool in addition to.
right.
doing all of ours.
It is to
It,
get,
if you guys can hang on, I'm so sorry to do this from a distance. Speaking of the radio, Dan Gwynn has often been a frequent collaborator with various city policies, and he's at the Bear and all those associated.
WHAI.
So if you talk to Dan, he might be willing to give you guys either a free or very low cost spot if you want to.
I can do
I,
that.
yeah, just touch base with
Maybe
Dan.
Get on there.
Yes, I think it's a public service announcement. I don't think they should be in charge for that.
Yeah.
Well, the public service announcement is, but let's say three of us were gonna go on the radio. That is not to talk about it and try and get.
Yeah.
More people interested, whatever. Like I've done it for Blooming Greenfield, different little things, and they've been kind enough to invite us, but I did that through the platform of Greenfield Business Association, got us on, because we collaborate with them. She has a monthly radio spot.
Okay. So you do your magic, dude.
You can do.
Yeah, you
Right, and-
you do your magic.
and for people
I
who,
trust you with all my
for
heart.
people who are part of other groups who do social action work, obviously you should get that out to them. Racial Justice Rising, FCCPR,
Right.
Screaming Grannies. I mean, you can just
Great.
raising grannies. And you could go down the list, but that's where people are going to know people
Yeah.
who fit
And I-
into this
and
category.
As a student, I don't mind sending it to our district to have them sit on their pages too.
Right.
Great.
Could we put it on the kiosk?
The kiosk is a little tricky right now.
Right, I know, but
Um,
just a thought, not
yeah.
a biggie. I just think a lot.
If I can, I
It's
will.
annoying. I know.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
I know. So
Um,
no biggie. I'm just,
Yeah.
In.
the thing in front of town hall.
Oh, the thing in front on the comment.
The thing that nobody
I-
looks at
yeah.
and when you pass.
Oh, I
by
didn't
You
there.
know what's wicked funny is
I didn't know it
nobody
had
in
a name.
town looks at it, but sometimes because I water all the barrels, like
Yeah,
at dusk, and on the weekends and stuff, you'd be surprised all the people that you don't recognize. And you can just tell they're not from here. And they're looking at it like it's something great. It's the funniest thing. I'm like, oh, I should take a picture of this because someone's using the kiosk for it out. It's wicked.
Do you have any other updates for us. This
Did you want to look at the form as well as the press release?
Yes, let's look over, let's look
Was
over.
the same, or you changed things on the form from the one I sent you?
Nomination.
Yes, we agreed to use a Google form, right, which I shared with both of you.
Right.
And
but-
we didn't
but
see the
it-
form.
But I sent you the form that we had all voted on to use with all the additional information on it,
Yeah.
and you used that.
I pulled from that, what I shared with both of you in the last email was a Google form that I think had a few other questions on it.
Yeah, and I looked.
I
over
did
them.
not see that.
Yeah, I looked over them.
Well, so this is it right here. If you want to look, I mean, I'm happy to just use what you shared.
No. I just haven't seen it.
Yep. So here it is. The top is basically pulled, and I'll update this with the September date that we just decided on.
Perfect.
I like it.
Right, yeah.
That's great.
So the answers to this will go both into a spreadsheet that'll look like this.
Mhm.
Oh, great.
And it will go into a,
Can you go back? Yeah. Can you both go back to it just for a moment? So provided a script, oh, you can use a separate page. Thank you. That's.
yeah, and I'll add
Trying to
that,
make sure that,
yeah.
you know, we were gonna get more than one line answers. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll add that to both of these questions as well. This one, if I remember correctly, is the longest of the questions, and I think that's limited to 5,000 characters, which is
Yes.
2 pages.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And then these two are 500 characters, which is like a paragraph or so.
We put it to that point because want to make sure you give us a lot of the information about the person. It
Right.
seems like a lot, but it really isn't.
Yeah.
I have to say.
Can you go
in
back up to the
past-
beginning again?
We didn't get
Also
that much.
Asking for, I mean, we're asking them for their address and phone number and whatever. I think we should let people know that they'll be that they would only be they would be contacted if we need more information. And we will contact them once the,
Yeah.
you know, once the awardee is determined.
And
So regardless of, you know, it may be that their person is not the awardee this year. But if
That we received.
But if we've contacted them,
just do
Well,
it through our email.
Yeah.
Usually when you
That's what I'm
send a
saying.
Google Doc, it'll say submitted
Could
or
I just see the
whatever.
top thing for a minute?
Can we just, does that make sense for what?
well, you'll be I would say you will be contacted if we need more information, but we will also contact nominators once a decision is made.
Yeah.
In other words, it just doesn't go into a black hole.
Because
Once we have an awardee, we want to get a hold of the people who have nominated someone, because maybe they'll nominate that same person the next year if they didn't get it for this year.
And I think,
And we're acknowledging the fact that
Right.
they've gone, you know, they've gone to the trouble to do this,
Right.
rather than they've gone to the trouble and they never hear from anybody again.
because the person that was voted in gets the trophy, and then the other nominees that were nominees get, like, I guess, what they get this year, a certificate or something?
Yeah, they did. So they were all recognized
They were
in the
all
ceremony. They
recognized.
didn't necessarily come this
All
year,
right.
but they do. Maybe you might want to put that up top. Yeah. Yeah, and they were all mentioned also at the ceremony.
there's wording, I thought, on ours that said that and I think we did it with speaking about how long. That was about that last year, we had a bunch of people write like 4 sentences. So we had some wording on here that said the reviewers need extensive information. And I don't remember where,
Yeah, so this paragraph right here,
Looks like right there, yeah.
I
Yeah,
can add this.
Before supply, so.
Right.
Yeah.
That is it.
and that, we only did that because we received like literally 5 that were less than,
2 lines.
that were less than 4 sentences.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's very, yeah. The other side is we're asking for 3 people.
No, I understand. We
So
can get through
we'll
people
get,
in 3
we'll
cents.
get, yeah. So we should get a lot more information, I would think, hope and think.
And the other thing that we can do, what you just wrote in there, if we want some more information, we can contact them and say, this sounds like a really good person. We'd like to hear more about them.
Yes.
And the other thing that we would just, which we shouldn't be doing as a sidebar, is we're saying that we probably should respond to everybody who submits one
Absolutely.
and just say that we received it.
Yes.
Thank you for your application.
Yeah.
And so
Right.
if,
Because that way, I know when I send stuff in and don't get something back, I'm always wondering, like,
Did it
did
get?
I ever get this?
So the Google form doesn't, when you press submit, send an auto email saying was received. You know how you get those
No,
auto
not all,
emails?
not every.
No.
Can we do that?
You know what I mean?
That
Like,
would
I
be
mean, I
good
know that
if we could do that.
happens.
but I also,
Maybe
but I also
My
think that a
excise
call
tax.
from
us
us and we can determine,
who calls.
once, we have the pile, making, I have no problem making a dozen phone calls. Just to say, we appreciate you taking the effort. We've received it,
Is that something we're allowed to do? Just want, I mean, we just haven't done it. I'm all in for doing it. I just want to make sure we're allowed.
I-
Yeah. And
I think human touch is important.
Oh, no, I do too. I'm saying as a commission, are we allowed to reach out and do
Right.
that?
I think the biggest reach out should be at the end,
Mhm.
when they don't get it, to
It's
say,
like stuff.
we would really appreciate if you would reapply on another year.
Mhm.
yeah, and we
Yeah, I love
also,
that.
like, we also don't,
Because,
I think Erin's trying to speak.
So I want to back up to Kathleen's question. Yes, you are. If people provide contact information
Okay.
on a Google form, if you are not comfortable with that, there is an option that you can ask if the person wants to be contacted or not in regards to the nominee or to their nomination. So you can add that as an option if you guys want to do that.
Right.
But because they provided contact information, you would be allowed to contact them. That is implicit permission.
Okay, thank you.
Would you all like me to add that question?
I don't, personally, I wouldn't.
I don't think it's necessary. I
it's
just wanted to
I,
make sure.
I,
we were
I
allowed to.
actually object to it.
yeah.
Yeah, that
Because if
complicates
you're, if you're recommending somebody, I want to be able to contact you and say, tell us more.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to be contacted, to me, that's like fishy, but. that's-
I also want to just be cautious at the time because we do have a lot to
Yes.
talk about.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Did you have something else?
The only thing I was gonna say is if you do want to customize this confirmation message that people say after they submit the form, we can
Yes.
do that. It doesn't send them in, they get an email, I think, just saying you submitted this. I don't think this is in the email. I think this is just the screen they see after they submit the form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could get an email that says, we have received your application to the HRC.
And if somebody drops it off and is not doing it by email, that would necessitate a phone call.
Yeah.
Just to let them know that we've received it, to thank them and that we've received it.
Oh, my God, sorry.
I want to thank you all for this background work. It's really great. We're on the right track.
Yeah, thank you, Jonathan. We really appreciate
Oh, my God.
your hard work,
Yes.
and dedication.
This is so great. We love it. I should always, oh, there's the plates and forks and napkins I left last time.
Okay, so item 3 is we're going to review and ensure HRC members are understanding the proposal of the Greenfield Human Rights Commission and the process preventing our code, our chapter 136 and the Greenfield City Code. So What that means is we're gonna be talking about what we do. And I want to do this in like a 10-minute matter because we still got topics to discuss and other stuff to discuss. So, one of my things is that we go by chapter 36, basically tells us what we do, what we can't do, why we do it, why we're here. So one of the things that me and Paul kind of discussed our loan side help so. And Paul can take away from here because I missed our Human Rights Commission is, we are in charge of any cases that has been reported to the city, right, human rights violations. And it gets sent to us. We're the ones who review it, talk about it. But not only that, our real job is to be engaged with the community. That's basically how we kind of talked about it, is being more engaged with the community.
It says it in there.
And it
too.
says it in our chapter that we are a commission that engages with the community. So we need to start engaging with the community. I frankly don't think we engage with the community, period, right?
No.
Well, not enough. I don't know.
Not enough, but
As a representative of this body, I go to those homelessness meetings, engaging with that community.
right,
And so we're there, we're guests, I mean, we're the, outsiders.
right,
But they listen and I have a voice
right.
and I do.
Good, that's one example.
And that's one example, but we're talking about a public body. That is people that come and meet for an hour and 30. We're talking about the people that walks on the street, not comes to the city hall for a meeting, right? That is called outreach, right? And that is
I'm out all the time.
not all the time, but to me, it's called outreach because I outreach with a lot of people in the city outside of this meeting.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you,
When
Jonathan.
you leave, can someone just hit the X?
Yes.
Gladly.
And so, yes, I appreciate your representation on there, but we need representation walking our city and, asking questions, seeing what people are really thinking about and what we can do as a commission to talk with the mayor's office, talk with the mayor, talk with city council to make sure that we know what's going on, right? They need to know what's going on.
Well, the community police office, like I said, I'm not whatever, but I'm out every day watering plants, right? And I go up and down Main Street and down Chapman, wherever I am. And I talk to, I talk a lot, so I talk to a lot of people and I talk to Zoe, who's our community police officer, once or twice a week. I talk to Jake McClay now. He's helping, who I've known since childhood. And I'm not saying I'm doing whatever, but I am out there. People, I'm like, my buddy Patrick is, someone who has served, in different arguments and people who got taken away by an ambulance and people in front of the international market who took whatever, so I'm out there. I don't know. I don't think I'm honestly making a difference or whatever, but, I've talked to people and said, if you ever need anything, let us know because, I'm here also, to the Human Rights Commission and, I haven't gotten any complaints, but I mean, I think it's a tough sell.
Right.
But I do know, and just saying the Harvest Supper's coming up, I've been doing it with Stone Soup where I volunteer.
I'll be volunteering.
And I think that's a great venue for people to be at and kind of talk it up if you can. I know I'm going to be passing hors d'oeuvres Saturday, August 23rd.
Yeah.
And you don't have to necessarily volunteer to do anything. You
Right.
can just be at the Harvest Supper.
And also too,
Lovely,
you know,
lovely event.
when we had our former chair here, she discussed going to, since our theme is homelessness, going to the homeless shelter,
Mhm.
seeing what their thoughts are, going to tents and to
Right.
the woods and not. I am a person who I don't care. I like mud. I don't mind going in mud and talking to people. Like that is who I am. I was
Right.
homeless for 2 years and lived on the street and no city official came up to me and asked me a question. So like as a public engagement, that could be, oh my God, this commission, our city officials really care for us. We're going, we're out there speaking, we're out there asking them questions, we're out there giving them our thoughts. And hey, come to public comment and tell us what you are experiencing so that we can understand. And they can even use being there, helping them speak about, okay, I'm on this committee, you should come to public comment and tell us what's going on. You know what I mean? And I think,
Well, I mean, I think we go back to the question, what's the function of the Human Rights Committee?
Oh, Aaron has a question?
Go for it.
I actually want to comment, Henry, please pause this for a minute. I actually want to comment, I want to back up a little, and I apologize again for not being there. I had my alarm set for the wrong time for tonight.
It's
I'm
okay.
so sorry again. But I would really encourage you guys to make contact with Zoe, who is our downtown police officer. She has done incredible work with our unhoused neighbors, getting to know the people and understand who they are. Zoe could be a really valuable asset in making inroads in a community that is sometimes hard to have access to. She is a true joy. If you invite her to come to next meeting, I'm sure she will try and come. Her
Yeah.
wife is the head of the community health center downtown.
Yeah,
They are some of the
wonderful.
most intimately involved people with our unhoused and struggling communities in general. So I think reaching out to Zoe could be really, really valuable. Probably one of the most valuable things you guys could do in order to reach people who are often incredibly marginalized and unseen.
So
Yeah, I think I have her number.
I just want to, this is an example that was used because Pocky brought it up about being there, and you brought it up as a way of continuing it here. But I want to get back to, if I could, the general concept that people have no idea who we are and what we do. I mean, yeah, we can be at a harvest supper and we can be at the meetings,
right.
that we've had a table at before. And so now 12 more people know. And that's not okay. And I'll give you another example. And we went off on this totally separate from one another.
Right.
Where I've heard probably now over the last 10 years from 50 students and 20 parents of color who have not been treated equally when they're in similar situations with white kids in school, and parents who are disrespected by the administrators in schools. And some of these people are, well, everybody's a regular folk, but regular folks, but some of these people are well-respected people about town who have been disrespected by administrators at school. And none of them have ever come here that I know of. So it tells me that at least that community doesn't know this is an avenue.
Or that we could be of assistance.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
This is
I
an
agree.
avenue
Yeah, I-
for assisting them in this. Sometimes they're treated well. But lots of times they're not. This is not like, oh, I heard this last month. I've been hearing this for 10 years now
Me too.
from people.
Yeah.
Directly from people. And, Nate can go up and give you his own personal examples of that. Well, how can we get that community
To engage.
to engage, but not only that, but be a representative of the city saying to a school system, to the school committee. I know lots of people on the school committee, et cetera, to the system, you realize this is going on. And we're supposed to be watching for this. We're supposed to be engaging in the community.
And we're not informed.
So we're supposed to be, and part of our mandate is to be advocates for.
For them, just
rights.
advocates.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, this is,
I'm not saying they're right. I'm not saying they're wrong.
No.
We're just supposed to be advocates.
right.
Right, we're
For
not
people.
being used to our full potential. I think we could all agree to that.
Well, I would venture to guess, there's a very good reason why we're not being used to our full potential.
Why?
You're dealing with systemic issues. You're
Yes.
dealing with issues that have been there for absolutely decades. And I often say that if the powers to be wanted certain things fixed, they would be fixed. So getting down to figuring out why they haven't been fixed, why they haven't been addressed, and then moving to address them is what needs to happen. They're not unaware. They're
No,
just-
I
they
agree
just
with you.
live with blinders on because people are not held accountable. And they're not held accountable because we're in a small community where people don't want to take that on. Because it's not, it ain't pretty,
But we're
Never
supposed to.
is.
but we're supposed to.
That's our
Exactly.
job.
That's our mandate.
I understand.
Right.
It is our
I mean-
mandate. So the part that actually says it, is it a mandate in action or is it just a mandate on paper?
Right.
And
So if it is in fact a mandate in action, then we need to be prepared to act.
because we don't, yeah,
And being prepared to act
Yeah.
also has its consequences. It ain't gonna be nice. That's just the reality. That's the reality when you deal with people who in theory want to play nice.
Right.
This isn't nice stuff.
Never.
And we all-
Okay, and it never is.
Right.
Okay, so, so that commitment from this entity in making it actually happen is
a long
gonna
road.
be difficult and gonna be a slog. And really require commitment, as well as the understanding that there may be some doors that are slammed in our faces.
oh,
But, I mean,
but again,
I don't care
no
about that.
surprise.
our job is not to be against people.
No,
Our job is
be
to
for.
work with them to fix it.
Right,
And be inviting.
Now, sometimes you have to be against. But that's not how you
And
start.
I understand.
Go ahead.
I understand.
because I'm a person of color and I've experienced racism. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit. When you experience racism, it's not a thing that you go up to somebody and talk about. That's not how we take it. We take it and we kind of hold that in
Mhm.
because for us, it's like, oh my God, I've experienced it. We're not looking for a therapist to talk to. We're not looking for an official to talk to, right?
Right.
And yes, it's a problem, right? But the problem is if the parent or the child is going to the school administrator and is telling the school administrator, then that school administrator needs to let us know or the school committee know that there's this issue that is happening in the schools. That's not for the Black parent to go to the school committee and be like, hey, this is what's going on. That's not their job. You're the principal, you're the superintendent. That is your job, not the kids, not the parents, right? So that is the problem that we're having. We're having parents who are going home and their closed doors, keeping it to themselves. They're not coming to their administrators because they know that their administrators are not going to do anything about it. And that is a problem, right? So
Right.
when you have someone, when you have someone that is dealing with racism, they need to feel comfortable. I feel comfortable going to my principal and be like, hey, this is what the heck is going on right now. And you need to do something about it. But does all the other Black kids feel comfortable doing that? No. Does all the other Black students and parents feel comfortable doing that? They don't. So
May
the
I,
the administrators need to do their jobs to put it out there to the city council. The school committee should be doing it every month, being like, if you experience racism,
Someone should be.
this should be happening and this should be reporting. That goes to the city council, the school committee, that goes to all of them. It's not our job to go on there and be like, this is what we do. You know that there's a commission. That is your job to do.
I agree.
And
May I
that's not-
also add,
Yep.
may I also add that people of color do not need white saviors. They
Right,
do
well, there's
not
that.
need white voices who are encouraging Black and brown people to come forward with their stories of racism. That is not appropriate.
And I want to say from my experience, with being on the commission, not to speak to racism, because, that wasn't what happened with, but I've been on the commission over 2 years next month. We've only had one complaint, whatever, what's it called? I've lost my mind.
Allegation.
Allegation come forward. In 2 years, we've had one. I mean, you could play the devil's advocate on that and go, oh, that's great. This must be a great place to live, but I'm not quite feeling that. We've had one. To
And
me,
as I
that's
said, it's not the parent's job.
Right,
When a parent has a complaint,
right.
it is then the administrator's
agree, right.
responsibility, the principal's responsibility to bring it to us so that we can then investigate
And our
But-
allegation had nothing to do with racism.
and
It's not.
understand.
But
But-
on the other side, it was only because I was part of an organization and friends with people of color that we heard any of it.
Right.
Because it was done at public meetings where students and parents who did feel comfortable saying, here's what the story is. Or somebody just sitting over a cup of coffee somewhere saying, here's what happened.
Right.
We need to be advocates, and we can't be advocates if we don't know the story.
And not to point fingers on the school committee, but there's people that have been campaigning on racism. There's people that have been campaigning on certain things. Do they give a 2 BS? No, they don't. They do not. They care about the people who aren't going to vote for them. I guarantee you that. They don't come into the low income housing where most people of color are and ask them, have you experienced racism at
Actually,
your school?
They are this time.
But during elections, that's the thing. They
Right.
don't
No, I
come.
understand.
They don't come
Yes.
during their term, they come during elections, right? They come asking for a vote. They don't come I live in low income.
Mhm.
I don't see Elizabeth Deneen coming in here and asking about racism. Do I? No, I see her coming during elections.
So do you think, like, speaking of, low income housing, and we have, several, do you think like us going as a committee on a hot evening with ice pops and just having like a meet and greet is something that's an outreachful event? I love ice pops.
I don't know.
Just a thought, I just,
That could be a thought.
ice pops are
But like I
very,
said,
inexpensive.
This topic can be another topic on our next meeting.
Right, how to do more.
And how to effectively
How to
engage,
effectively-
how to effectively engage populations that don't necessarily want to talk to us.
Right.
Well,
Um,
right,
and understandably so,
correct.
because there has been little to no effect.
Right.
So how do you begin those conversations?
Right.
Not being anybody's savior. Simply, informational. I want to know.
I mean,
We want to be more effective.
there was a report made 2 years ago, paid for by our taxes through the school system, where they hired the Collaborative for Educational Services to do an investigation of racism in Greenfield School.
Did you remember?
Ah.
Nobody
Yeah.
on the school committee has ever been given it. No parent or citizen, and I know one who was asked for it, has ever been given it. And I think we should ask for it.
Yeah,
Good point.
How many
I
years?
agree.
I think so.
Three,
I
think
so,
two,
too.
yeah, I remember.
I agree with that.
We have to call executive session going over 7, or we can just continue.
7:30.
7.
Oh, we can go all the way to 7:30 without.
You're supposed to.
Yes, we're supposed to go over. to
Okay, well, I
That's why I'm like,
know that's before they
let's
hit.
wrap up because we only have a few minutes.
So one of the things we actually do want to do is request that report.
Right, and item 3 from this meeting will be item 1 next meeting, so we have more time to talk about it.
So,
Okay,
but
so-
wait a minute, I think we don't need to talk a lot about asking for the report, do we?
Who wants to do it, I think would be the
Well, that's
question.
the question.
Do we write a letter as a committee and send it to the
Well,
school department?
I would believe so, and we have an email, we have a commission email, so.
You and I could
We
send
can,
it.
we,
Yeah.
me and Paul can send it
On
on
behalf of the
behalf of
commission,
everybody.
yeah.
All
Yep,
right, so we're asking you to do this.
Yes,
Thank you.
yeah,
All right.
no, but that's what I mean about reminders in there. that-
yeah.
Right.
So I'm gonna-
And also too,
Yeah.
and also too, I'm gonna be sending out an email with the email password so that you guys have access. If you guys want to put anything in there, or you guys want to
You can
email
give us-
anybody on the behalf of the commission, you guys can do
Right.
that.
When we're emailing each other, we use our personal
Yeah,
stuff.
but,
When you are a representative of
yep.
us, we should all be using that email.
Right, yeah, and everybody and I'll be also sending it to the mayor's office so that they have access to it as well. All right, so item 3 will also be item 1 next agenda meeting for September. Okay. Sorry, item 4 is topic to discussion table materials for the year budget of 2025-2026. So as everybody know, our budget is $500, right? So we have this itty bitty budget, right? So, and we're gonna hopefully be trying to table a little bit. So I was thinking about we can get a banner, so that we can table for that. We have flyers that can be printed out in color. I have to look for the old version of it, and then I have to update it. And that's on my to-do list to do, is update the brochures and to send it out with you guys. If you guys give me your feedback, and then we'll finalize it and get it done.
Do you
Yes,
think
ma'am.
we can do that before the supper? Because there are lots of people who come to. the
I have
supper.
some old brochures that are half.
Okay,
upside
so,
down, the other
I mean-
They're half upside down. They need to.
If you want to use the old brochures, that's fine.
They're goofy.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But for September, when we go on for other events after
Okay.
September, we'll have new brochures.
Great.
And
Yes.
if
I thought we were holding off on the
On a banner,
banner.
we have a
We
logo.
have the logo.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's why I'm talking about it now. It's just a material that I'm
Yes.
talking about so that we all are aware. When we get the logo, we're gonna do the banner.
And I
So
would
back to the
imagine that
logo.
even brochures can be reprinted,
Yeah,
even if they're not 100% up to date, so
Yeah.
that at least
So,
they're folded and they look,
yes.
you know,
not
so it's
upside down.
right, they're not upside down.
Yeah.
So if somebody,
We don't need that many.
yeah.
And even on the brochures, when we get the logo, it's gonna be on the brochures.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe, you know how we talked about a mini banner like flags, sometimes when you buy something like that, you know, they give you something small in addition for a very small price.
Right. So,
Just
Yes.
looking for a sale.
Aaron, when you weren't here earlier, the question came up that for city council committees, their minutes are on their website. Could we put our minutes on our website?
So that is actually something Jonathan and I were talking about today, that there has not been consistency across city boards and commissions. We do want to start making sure minutes are updated on the city website under Human Rights Commission. So if you email Jonathan and myself a copy, we will start to put them up on the city website.
right.
Great.
I know when I was doing it this year, that wasn't a thing. So I'm glad that we.
Right, I've
we
never
have that
seen
now.
it. Yeah.
Perfect.
That's all. Thank
And I
you.
think it had been something that we just wanted to update because it had fallen through the cracks for a long time.
Right, it was just one of those things, yeah.
All right, so any other discussion about table materials? No? Okay, so we're gonna go on to the next one, is discussing and coordinating of the next steps for the t-shirt logo. So I have not talked to the superintendent yet. I have a meeting with him, I think in about a week. Because I meet with them, whoever the superintendent is, has been 5 of them every year.
Right.
So whatever, anyway, but I meet with Mr. Joyle in a week, and if I don't meet with him, I'll have a phone call with him to discuss the process. If someone wants to write up what the logo project is gonna look like, that I can give to him when I meet with him, so he has like an idea of what it is. Because our general idea is we kind of want it done by, when we want the logo project to be done by? I was thinking
I thought it
October,
was like
November.
Columbus Day, but could be wrong.
I was thinking October, November, because they can also be, we can also, maybe we can even at the HRC award, give the person
Who
who won
won also.
a
That's a good thing.
certificate
Yes, so we should have it selected, I agree with you, by the end of November.
by the end of.
So if the timing
Yeah.
is similar to, in other words, the first week of September, we are contacting, let's say, the art teachers,
Yeah,
whoever's teaching art and graphic arts or whatever, in both the high school and the junior high schools.
Yep.
With a one pager that would include our brochure. This is what the HRC is. This is
Yeah.
what the HRC is about. And we're looking to have a student create a logo for us.
Yep.
And I guess we need to figure out what kind of award there would actually be. separate
Right, we
from the
discussed
actual,
whether it was a
you know.
gift card or money or whatever it was.
But,
That could be on the flyer.
and I am, I'm happy to find out who those teachers are.
Yeah.
And to make an
and I can,
appointment to meet with them. Or
There
to
aren't
give-
that many, so.
Or the materials for you.
I can send
Give
you
it-
their emails, because
Okay.
I've had them as teachers, so.
Okay.
Well, I can send you that.
Yeah, and I'm happy to do that piece.
Perfect.
And we don't have that many because the art teachers go, from different places. It's not a very big school
Art
system that we
teachers.
have,
Somebody
a lot of
needs,
them, so.
somebody needs to do the initial posting and announcement.
Okay, so the same way I did a press release,
Mm-hmm. You're gonna
you want me
do
to do a little?
that? Absolutely.
Right.
Well, this was the lovely thing about even doing the press release,
Yeah,
Which I-
do.
which I just wrote a basic whatever. And then I went into Chat GPT, who went, I was just, not that I'm not brilliant, but it was absolutely,
Makes it easy.
it was a revelation.
Right.
So,
And there's two ways to, I think, there's probably 30, but there's two ways I can think of immediately to appeal to students. One, it's artistic.
Yeah.
Right.
But the second thing is,
Not
this
too
is
long.
the Human Rights Commission.
Hmm.
That this is something you might believe in and therefore really want to work on this.
that's why I want to have a copy of the brochure.
Yeah.
No, I get it. That's what I'm saying.
Pull the right language.
Yeah,
And the fact that at every meeting, at every event, your logo is going to be out there. It's
Right.
going to be on T-shirts, it's going to be on a banner.
It'd
it's
be on
gonna
TV,
It's gonna,
So I
Yeah.
think,
and it's
Yeah.
going to look great when you apply to school,
Yeah.
when you apply to school.
So
Any
on the
reference they can
prize,
contact.
So you can put that in the flyer.
We do need to determine
Yeah,
what
so
kind
put
of,
that in the flyer.
I mean,
what kind of prize.
we can vote on that next meeting, because I just
Well,
I didn't put that in an item.
If we're gonna get it out for September though, we can't vote on that now.
We could vote on it. We could say that.
we can vote on it now and we can
Prize.
vote on the,
Yeah.
looking at,
For
Per
Linda's
thing,
flyer, because otherwise we'll.
get
Oh,
it.
yes, so, okay, we can vote on it, so.
Wait, what can't we vote on?
No, we can.
Yeah.
We can.
We
Yeah.
can.
Because we have a
Yes.
quorum, we can still vote.
okay.
So our first initial thought was a $25 gift card, right?
Too late.
Much too little.
And then our second initial thought was we could do a $50 cash prize.
I think I'm saying this in the same way that you
Mhm.
said it last time. I'm
Uh-huh.
sorry for taking your quote. I'm willing to contribute to this as well.
Right, I think.
And therefore, I think we can do $100 gift. And it should be a generalized gift card.
So if Paul and I
These are kind of
each
gift cards that can be
contribute
used
25
anywhere.
bucks.
I don't want it to be an Amazon card. I want
Yeah,
it.
Right.
either.
These
Somebody can
gift
use it
card
locally.
So that people
What about
take
$100?
this serious.
Yes.
I love those.
Yeah.
And if Paul and I each contributed 25, then the commission would only be donating 50 out of their budget.
And you can shame some other people on the commission.
Well, I don't want to shame
No, I don't want to shame
anybody,
anybody.
No, no,
I'm
sorry.
just willing to
If
do
someone-
it.
Come on,
I'm
lighten
willing to
up,
give
Vince, lighten
25.
up.
Okay,
I'm
so
fine.
I have a clarification because we have like a, not like a money spending, but we're not allowed to receive anything past 50. That's correct, right? Okay, so
From any particular person is what you're saying?
So, if you are accepting a gift from your best friend and it's a $500 gift card, that's fine. But if you are accepting a gift as a member of the Human Rights Commission, it cannot be over $49.99.
Right, and that's
Right.
somebody making a gift to us, but for
We're
our,
not, we're
for our making. a
But you
gift
are
to a
allowed
winner.
to,
As a
you are
citizen.
allowed to award a prize.
Yeah.
Right,
Right.
okay, so we're voting on 25, 25, and then the commission will contribute 50.
Mhm.
Unless we can get somebody else to
Unless we can get somebody else to
throw some money.
Right.
throw some money. So that's what we're voting. So we're voting on right now is that two
Well,
members will.
I'd like to, and I'd like to see our use of that $500 be something, substantial.
Right.
During the year. So
Yes. Yeah.
I will contribute as well.
Okay,
And so will I.
Oh, well, there's the $100.
There
We
you go.
got it.
Okay,
so right now we're voting on that the $100 gift card will be amongst everybody, and I will contribute something for myself. as well.
Underwritten by
The,
and underwritten by the commission.
Yeah,
I will leave it to, not me, I'm gonna do this, to actually procure the card.
yeah, I'll do that. That's not a problem.
But you
And we're part of the motion
Discounted.
is that
right, I agree.
we are, what's the word I want?
Gifting?
Asking you to write a
Press release.
press release for this.
Yeah.
And that we will vote away from the meeting just on the press release. It's not voting on a motion or
Right.
anything. We're just okaying,
We're gonna
approving
approve the press
approving the
release,
press
look at it
release.
and do the
Right.
same thing.
And are you doing
Add
the
them.
flyer for the school as well?
That's what it is.
That's-
Right,
It's
that's
basically
the
what-
same
it's
thing.
a
I did
one- it's
one
a
and the
one-
same.
It's a one
Perfect.
pager.
I love that.
It's maximum one.
Yeah, I
pager.
love
Right,
that.
but you're
Okay.
gonna get somebody else probably to make it visually.
Oh, I'm a graphic idiot.
Oh,
So,
then you
know.
are good,
And
perfect.
They can print
Do
it
it.
here at the
Good.
office.
All right, so perfect. So we, so
I'll have something mocked up within 10 days.
So
Very
the
bad.
motion on the table is that we are approving Linda for doing the HRC T-shirt design proposal to the
No,
schools.
logo.
Exactly.
Logo,
It's
logo.
just- it's the HRC logo design.
Logo design. So that's a motion on the table. And I have a second to that. I will
I
motion.
second. Oh,
Kathleen second that. Any abstention? All in favor? Aye, that passes. Great. Now our next vote is that the the members will
Let me
contribute.
just ask, so you're gonna do this, are you gonna reach out to the schools?
I will be getting the
Yes,
information.
all the
from Nate,
information
And I said
I
I
will
would
send
reach
out.
out to the schools before the beginning of school. And and so that we have submissions. And since I'm assuming they're going to be
Yeah.
graphic,
Yep.
they'll be picked up.
And Nate will get permission from the superintendent that we are allowed to do that.
That we are allowed to do
Yes,
this.
and I will.
right, I have that already written down before.
That's what I'm
Linda
saying, but
to
that's part of
notify
the-
school.
And as far as the purchase of the gift card, I have a BJ's membership. Do you have
Me too.
BJ's membership?
I do.
So because you can get that $100 gift card for like $90. They sell gift
You mean
cards.
just general Visa?
Uh-huh.
Visa.
Mhm.
That's right. You can. get
Okay,
them at a
whichever, we'll do
discount.
that.
Okay,
And
so
we'll divide it by,
Motion-
we'll divide it by
Right.
four.
Right, proving.
the motion is that there will be $100 awarded Visa gift card to the.
Yeah, I got that.
To the
To the
HRC
I just put
logo
$100
recipient.
to the
prize.
winner of the, yes, to the
HRC
winner of
logo.
the.
MasterCard and.
All right, can somebody motion that?
Second that,
Yeah.
I motion that,
Motion, second,
Second,
Kathleen seconds, all in favor? Any abstention? That passes unanimously. Perfect. All right, we have 5 minutes. Let's get this rowdy. Okay, so we're gonna review status.
Yeah, 12.
12 minutes? I don't know.
Well, I have 10.
I don't know.
So-
That clock is
And it's
fast.
10.
It's 10:20, we have 10.
Okay, we have 10 minutes, perfect. So, the last meeting that we were here, the mayor, Mayor Disorder was here, and she discussed that on our website, it says that we're supposed to have 9 members. So like when you guys two left, we didn't have a quorum, so we couldn't continue our meeting. So me and Paul sent out a thing to Counselor Golub, who's in charge of a committee that reviews all this stuff. So instead of 9 members, we're gonna reduce it to 7. Because it has to
Okay.
be an odd number.
Gotcha.
So it's gonna be reduced to 7. So we have 5 now. So like if you two were gone and we had 2 more, we had a quorum. Right? So
Where
we
if
were
any of
allowed-
us miss a meeting now,
We
we
wouldn't
can't
have
have
a quorum.
it.
But
We wouldn't have
if
it.
someone can't, is on vacation, we're done.
Right,
To speak to that, I did contact Angela Campbell, and I am meeting with her in a couple of weeks about, seeing if she would
perfect.
join.
That's great.
She seems interested. I can't promise. but,
Oh, yeah.
We are meeting,
We
so
never-
And
fingers crossed.
I haven't gone, I had
What?
so much on my
Do you
brain.
know who Angela Campbell is?
No.
She is the vice president for the diversity, equity and inclusion at GCC.
I do know who she
Fabulous,
is.
okay.
Yes.
So
Great.
that was we also were discussing, how do we go about recruiting
Right, it's
members
been a thing.
and saying, the commitment that there would be, even though they're 3-year terms.
Yeah.
In theory, that we commit to having a student from GCC,
Mhm,
Yeah.
a minute being a minimum of a junior,
right,
with hopefully a 2-year commitment. They
right,
can make the 3-year commitment with our fully well knowing that they're maybe heading off to school.
right, like our Nate.
And the same way with a student from GCC in order to, lower the demographic gauge.
Well, I'm hoping she'll be a dual purpose person
That's
when I
why-
speak to her.
Well,
I'm hoping.
And that's why,
Good.
and that's why I'm gonna be emailing Judy Raper, who's like a
Right,
great
Miss
asset
GCC.
to all that at GCC, and she works with the student senate.
Right,
And I was I was thinking about this. We have at our school, we have a club fair. And the club fair has different clubs about what different clubs do
Mhm.
and whatnot. I was thinking about, we could see if we can have a table out there at our high school and be like, hey, I'm one of your friends, I'm one of your best friends. You can do this too.
Right.
Like, so
right,
like-
you could be going off to college in next September.
right, so,
Miss you.
By the way, we finally have a high school student on the board of the Friends of the Lord.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
See,
I don't,
and I mean,
she hasn't been at the meeting
Oh,
yet,
okay,
but
yeah,
and this is,
So I
but this is,
know,
but
this is
I-
how you create community.
right,
right.
And-
that's what we're trying to do.
So when I get that date, I'm gonna talk to Miss Mass because she's in charge of Student Go and she does all that stuff. So I'll talk to Miss Mass and I'll let her know and be like, hey, we want to do this. We want to try to get more youth engagement. So when we have this club fair, we could table at that thing and be like, because they had they had other people table, and it's not considered a school club, but it is considered like,
Wouldn't it be just dandy if that meeting is after we come up with a logo?
Yeah, but I also think that, you can have a human rights commission
Yeah.
at the school, or a human rights club, or,
Yeah.
speaking
Well,
of clubs.
my students, Greenfield Students of Color Club is considered part of human rights and
Right,
students of color. So I would consider that as a human rights club myself personally, but
Uh-huh.
I don't know how anybody else would.
I mean, because we were talking about how do people bring their concerns to us? And that would be
That
one.
could be one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Any other discussion?
I just want to just let people know. Oh, I'm sorry, finish this.
We could talk after.
No,
Okay.
I just want to let people know that Nate watched the meeting, so we knew it was the single payer
Oh, yes.
was going to the
City.
Community Relations Committee and will go to the city council meeting in
In
September.
September to be voted on.
And that Laura, I contacted Laura Wondolowski, and who happens to be that
Person.
Going to the council
not
in
only,
September?
not only chair of the whole council, but she's also chair of that
Of that meeting.
committee.
Yeah.
And she asked that I come to present there. And I'm also asking her if David Cohn, who is the co-chair of the statewide mass cares organization,
When
can
is
come. It's next Monday.
It's COHN.
I think it's next Monday. You're welcome to come also. I mean, she's
David Cohn, is it COHN?
COHEN.
What time is it at?
Cohen.
It's 6,
Six.
and I
Thank
just
you.
need to
Here?
look on, it is
Right,
here.
really fast.
Oh,
I won't,
I know.
I won't come
I
and
know.
present with you, but I'll come and listen.
I had a friend
You need
named
help, I can-
COHN.
Yes, it's at 6 here on the 18th.
Okay.
And this is just information.
Yeah.
So it's moving,
Yeah.
is the point.
That's great.
That's
One-
great.
that's really
Yeah,
great
that's really
news.
good.
So when is the city council meeting?
September.
In September.
In September,
there-
the
I think
third
it's the
Wednesday. in
third
Right.
September.
And
So-
that is one that we should encourage, I encourage all of you during the beginning, the citizen, the open
Public comment.
public
Oh,
comment
we should
time
go.
to
Okay.
make public comment. And I'm encouraging other people who have been doing this in our city for a
So
long
the
time.
third Wednesday is
Go.
the 17th of September.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we'll have time at the meeting to bring that up again.
And, but if you could just send out
Yeah.
just a little information on
Yeah.
that
I could send
to
out
all of
a,
us,
I could send
that would
out-
be appreciated.
I could send out a Google Calendar like I did for our meetings.
Okay.
And you guys can have it on your Google Calendar.
Right. And if you make public comment, the suggestion by everybody who's ever heard public comment is make it personal. So make it informational,
Mhm.
but then add a personal part to it.
Yeah.
Because that, they're gonna hear informational out the gazoo.
Yeah, make it personal.
Make
Right.
it personal as well.
So it's 7:27.
Relatively short.
So updates from the subcommittees. We're not really gonna do that right now. If you have subcommittees have any updates, it doesn't really seem like we might have any updates right now, so we're gonna just move on. Possible table events. I'm gonna get in contact with the fair. and
Oh, yeah,
see- And see what we can do to be there for the fair.
Usually you have to pay.
But
That's the thing.
last year we had a brief discussion on it and the people, the mayor, who were doing the recycling
Yeah,
as part of the town in the DPW, didn't have a table necessarily, but had a spot. So we were kind of gonna try and, merge onto that venue so that we wouldn't have to pay.
and if we.
So I can look into that.
And if we can't,
Right,
do
'cause you
it-
do have to pay, it's like 500, it's a lot of money. It was
Yeah.
way out of our budget, so that's.
Yeah,
why.
and the other side of it is, I know from doing other tables at the fair, is that probably about a third or less are Greenfield citizens.
Right.
Right,
So unlike
I
the
agree.
community supper, which is probably 90%
Yeah.
Greenfield,
Yeah.
The
This
fair
is not.
The
And
other,
possibly
the
being
other
there at the community supper too, that'll be great. You have like a second.
is the woman who runs Amy, fair recycling. You can go around with her with your T-shirt and, that could, I don't know that anyone wants to
it's
do
not
that.
worth it.
I'm just saying.
Not wearing that t-shirt. Anyway,
And I'm not
Out
wearing
there.
a T-shirt.
anyway,
Oh,
so,
no, I don't wear it.
so is there any other further discussions? Cause
I do have.
Ms. Kathy, yes.
We've talked a lot about Zoe and the good work she does. Would there be a conflict of interest if we sought her, if we tried to recruit her to the Human Rights Committee?
We used to have a police spot and something happened with that and I don't,
Let's have
that's an
Erin
Erin question.
answer that question.
Okay, Focello.
I don't know for sure, so I can ask. I think that let me talk to Chief Dodge, the city clerk, and Zoe, and see what some thoughts are. I can see, so like, on the mayor's task force for domestic violence, there is a police liaison. I believe there is the opportunity for a liaison who would be a non-voting member, but who could also be part of the community. And I think, just as a small shout out, we are lucky to live in a community with,
He was just saying a
with
non-voting.
police officers who are truly
Conscientious.
trying to do the right thing.
Yes.
And from the top down, and we're lucky to have someone like Zoe. So I think that is a lovely thing
As
to
a,
want to
as a
reach out to
non-voting
her.
member, that might make some sense.
As a liaison.
Yeah.
And I think at this point in Greenfield's history, it was a large mistake for us to have someone beyond the liaison.
At this point.
Just-
What happened was we had one. Are we done? Are we in recording?
Well, no, we're still recording, and that could be a discussion for next meeting,
Yeah.
if we want a police liaison after hearing from Aaron from Chief Dodge.
Okay, we'll press
Anywho,
next.
So, no, not yet. Our next meeting is September 8th, 2025. It's in person. In person or via Zoom from 6 PM to 7:30 PM. Can I have a motion to adjourn today's meeting?
I motion.
Can I have a second?
Yes.
Okay, all in favor?